Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. We got the post 1960 Bats League, and we got the Mets traveling Chicago to take on the Cubbies in the first of only a two-game series. And the lead it off for the Mets playing center field is Mazzoni. Batting second, playing short is Reese. Batting third, playing first is Hernandez. Batting fourth, playing right field is Strawberry. Batting fifth on the catch and Hudley. Batting sixth, playing left field, Gilkey. Batting seventh, playing third base, Alfonso. Batting eighth, playing second base is Backman. And on the mound, batting ninth is deGROM for the Mets. And for the hometown Chicago Cubs, we got leading off playing shortstop Banks. Batting second, playing second is Sandberg. Batting third, playing right field is Sosa. Batting fourth, playing center field is Dawson. Batting fifth, playing first base is Rizzo. Batting sixth, playing third base is Santo. Batting seventh, playing left field is Durham. Batting eighth and doing the catching is Davis. And on the mound, batting ninth is Hendricks. Let's get down here to Wrigley Field. Get this game started, folks. And you see the team comparisons. The Mets 3-3, 63 strikeouts, 34 walks, 15 doubles, 1 triple. And the Cubs are 4-3, 51 strikeouts, 19 walks, 18 doubles, and a triple. Lee Mazzoni to lead it off here for the Mets, batting .304 with a homer and 4 RBIs. This is Kyle Hendricks' second game. He has no record with no ERA. And the Mets, as you can see, are 3-3, a game behind the Braves. Lee, like I say, is batting .304 with a homer and 4 RBIs. Reyes batting .304 also with a homer and 1 RBI. David Wright .250, a homer and 4 RBIs. Strawberry off to a slow start, batting .091 with a homer and 2 RBIs. The same thing with Pete Alonso, batting $111, 1 homer and 1 RBI. Goodens with a 1.69 ERA. Huseman and Leiter both with a 5.14 ERA, and Jacob deGROM enters this game with a 3.86 ERA, and Tom Seaver with a 9 ERA. Get down here to Wrigley Field and get this game started, folks. Here's the pitch to Lee, and that's going to be a ground ball down the second. Sandberg's up with it, makes the throw over to Alonso. That'll be out number 1. And 007 joins us here. Check out his great channel, folks, doing the 2008 season with Inside Pitch. And Reese batting .304 with a homer and RBI. I'm rooting for the Cubbies, too. Healthy, thinking Mets. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. So a 1-out base hit for the Mets. And now you got Keith Hernandez up with a runner on and 1 out. Keith's only batting $182 with a homer and 2 RBIs. We're going to do a little hit and run, try to get things started here for the Mets. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left field. Durham makes the catch. And Reyes will get back to, not that want to go to center, but go to left. And Reyes will get back to first. Now there's 2 down. And a runner still on at first. And that brings up Darryl Strawberry. He is struggling on the year, folks. Strawberry's only hitting .091. He is 1 for 11. That one hit was a homer. He's got 2 RBI. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Sandberg. Over to first. And the Mets strand 1. We get to the bottom of the first. Mets nothing. Cubbies coming to bat with Banks, Sandberg, and Sosa. And Ernie's batting only .062, no homers and no RBIs. Jacob deGROM's second game. He's 1-0 with a 3.86 ERA. And the Cubbies, they are a game and a half behind the Brewers, tied for third. Sammy Sosa's batting .400 with 7 homers and 12 RBIs. He's leading the National League with the 7 homers and the 12 RBIs, and he's the leading MVP vote getter right now. And Dawson batting a buck 43, but he's got 3 homers and 6 RBIs. Ernie Banks, like I say, batting 062. Glenn Beckett batting 294, and the Bull Durham batting 412, folks, with a homer and 2 RBIs. Arrieta with a 6.2 ERA, Ellsworth a 3.46, and Jenkins with a 3 ERA. And Cal Hendrick enters this game with no ERA. And John Lester with a 7.5. Let's get back here to the bottom of the first. And Ernie, can he get off the hot seat? He's only 1 for 16 so far this year, folks, and he gets a hit here. Nice way to start the game off if you're a Cubs fan, with Ernie Banks getting on. And that's going to be a triple. That brown-eyed handsome man's turning third. That ball was hit out into right field, and Ernie Banks with a lead-off triple. Gets that ball out in the well. Strawberry. Now his defense took a bad angle with that, letting him down out there trying to figure out how to get a hit. And the Mets will play back early in the game. He got Ryan Sandberg up now, off to a good start, batting 294, 2 homers, and 2 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Rhino. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. 44. And that's going to be the old 4-3 put up, but the run will score. So it's 1-0 Chicago. Now there's 1 out, nobody on for Sammy Sosa. And Sammy's off to a great start. Like I say, batting 400, 7 homers and 12 RBIs, the leading, and both homers and RBIs, and the leading vote getter for the MVP. And that's going to be a base on balls. And Rom doesn't want nothing to do with Sammy. He walks on down the first. And that brings up the Hawk, Andre Dawson. Only batting a buck 43 with 3 homers and 6 RBIs. You can't blame deGROM for walking Sammy when the Hawk's not hitting very well. But he does have 3 RBIs, and that's exactly what the Mets was looking for. Pitcher's best friend, that's a 6-4-3 double play. And they get out of the inning with only 1 run scoring. And it's 1-0 Chicago as we go to the top of the second. Suddenly, Gilkey and Alfonso do up here. And Todd's batting 091, no homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be against the righty, 13. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Dawson, nice play out there by the Hawk. Runs it down, takes a base hit away from Todd. That's just the kind of luck he's having so far in the season. Bernard Gilkey's up now, batting 200 with a homer and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball back to Kyle. He tosses it over to first, and that'll be out number 2. That brings up Alfonso, Edgar Alfonso, and he's batting 100 with no homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, and that'll end the inning. The Mets go down in order. It's the bottom of the second we go. You got Rizzo, Santo, and Durham due up. Anthony batting 118 with a homer and 1 RBI. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. deGROM strikes him out for his first strikeout of the game. And you see that the Mets are batting 202 with a 300 on base and a 442 slugging and a 742 OPS. And the Cubbies batting 262 with a 309 on base percentage, slugging 415 and a 724 OPS. And Ron Santo batting 231. He's got a homer and 1 RBI. And that's going to be a base on balls. So 1 out walk here by deGROM. And here brings up the Bull, Leon Durham, who's off to a great start, batting 412. He's got a homer and 2 RBIs. And that ball is well hit. Where at, though? That'll be the question. That is well hit out to left field. Gilkey makes a nice catch, though. And that'll be out number 2. Durham didn't miss up by much. And here is Jody Davis batting .273 with a homer and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. He'll take it himself for the out, and that'll be out number 3. And that'll bring up Backman. And then deGROM, and back to the top of the order here in the top of the third. And Wally batting .273, no homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Santo fires over to Rizzo for out number 1. And Paul joins us here. Check out Paul's channel, folks. I'm doing a lot with pocket pennant run. And Jacob's up. He's 0 for 1 on the year. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Kyle strikes him out for out number 2. And Lee's up now. And Lee's 0 for 1, grounded out back in the first. And that's going to be against 18. That's going to be a nice play down there by Mr. Cub himself, Ernie Banks. Fields it cleanly, fires over to first. 1, 2, 3 goes the Mets. And we go to the bottom of the third, the bottom part of the order, up Hendricks, and then back to Banks and Sandberg. Kyle, he is batting .500 on the year. He's 1 for 2. Says we don't need no stinking DH. And that's a base on balls. He proves them right. We don't need a stinking DH. So the leadoff batter's aboard here. And Ernie Banks is up, and he tripled and came around the score back in the first. Can Ernie do something here with deGROM down at first? It's going to be a ground ball down the second. 36 and a 7. That is going to be fielding column 2. And they'll get the runner out. And they'll get the runner out at second. That'll be a 4-6 put out. And now you got Banks down at first and Sandberg up. And Ryan is 0 for 1. He did ground out, but he drove in Banks back in the first. Got 1 RBI. That's going to be 2 balls and no strikes on Rhino. Yeah, Ernie says, let's play 2. You're right. That's going to be a fly ball out to Darryl in right field. He makes the catch for out number 2. So it's up to Sammy. And are they going to pitch to him this time? They walked him back in the first. An unintentional, intentional walk. Here's the pitch to Sam I Am. Green eggs and ham. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Alfonso. He fires over to first. And that'll do it. The Cubbies strand 1. To the top of the fourth we go. 1-0 Chicago. And you got Reyes, Hernandez, and Strawberry due up here in the top of the fourth. He's 1 for 1, Jose is. Singled back in the first. And that's going to be a rare play, a 32 and a 39. And that's going to be a 32 and a 39. That's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And he gets a hold of that 0-1 pitch. See where this ends up at in Chicago. And that's going to be a double, a leadoff double for Reyes. Puts the tying run down at second and nobody out. And up to the plate now is Keith Hernandez. Keith's 0 for 1 today. Flew out the left his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. And a runner will get down the third. Sandberg fires over to first. Now there's 1 out and Darryl Strawberry up. And the Cubbies early in the game here, up by 1, play the defense back. Don't want to give up a big inning. And Strawberry's 0 for 1. And not anymore, maybe. Let's see here. Against the righty of 12. And nope, he is hitting into bad luck, folks. That's a hard hit ball out the right field. Sammy tracks it down, makes the catch. And let's see if he can tag up here. Need to roll another die, a 3, and that'll be a 49. Sammy's got a good arm out there. Not great, but darn good. But Reyes has got great speed. He might score without a throw. There will be a throw. It'll be a 63 or lower. He'll be safe on the sacrifice fly. And he's in there, so Strawberry gets a sacrifice fly and ties this ball game up at 1 apiece. Now there's 2 outs and nobody on. And up to the plate steps Todd Hundley. And Todd is 0 for 1 today. He flew out to center. And that's going to be a fly ball. This one out the Dorman left. And that'll end the inning, but the sacrifice fly ties the game up. It's 1 apiece. We go to the bottom of the 4th. You've got Dawson, Rizzo, and Santo. And the Hawk is 0 for 1, grounded into a double play. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left field. Gilkey's got it for out number 1. And now you got Anthony Rizzo up. And Riz is 0 for 1. He struck out back in the 2nd. And that's going to be a ground ball down the backman. He throws over to 1st for out number 2. And now you got Ron Santo up. And he's walked his first time up. And he's going to walk again. So Ron's on base for the 2nd time. 2 outs now, and it's up to the Bull. Let's see if he can deliver this time. He flew out the left his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball. Yep, that's going to be a fly ball out the right this time. And that'll end the inning. Cubbies strand another one. To the top of the 5th we go. You've got Gilkey due up here for the Mets, followed by Alfonso and Backman. Bernard's 0 for 1. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Ryan. He fires over to Rizzo, and that's 1 down. And here comes old Fonzie up now. He's 0 for 1, struck out back in the 2nd. And that's going to be a ground ball out in front of the plate. 45 and an 8. And that'll be fielding column 1. And Jody makes a nice play, jumps on that Baltimore chop, fires down to Rizzo. 2 quick outs here in the 5th. And it's up to Wally to keep this inning alive. He's 0 for 1. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Sammy. And that's a 1, 2, 3, top of the 5th. To the bottom of the 5th we go, and the bottom part of the order due up here for the Cubbies. Davis, Hendricks, and back to Ernie. And Jody's 0 for 1. And that's going to be a 21. That's going to be a ground ball down to Alfonso at 3rd. Fires over to Keith Hernandez for out number 1. Kyle Hendricks is up. He walked his first time up. Didn't cost him anything. And that's going to be a swing and a miss this time. deGROM strikes him out for out number 2. And we're back to Mr. Cub himself, Ernie Banks, who has tripled and scored in this game. And that's going to be a ground ball back to deGROM. 1, 2, 3 goes the Cubbies. To the top of the 6th we go. A hell of a pitching match up here today. And Wendy said the wind must be blowing in. And we got deGROM due up. Then Lee and Reyes. And Jacob is 0 for 1, struck out. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Kyle strikes him out for the 2nd time today. And Lee comes up 0 for 2. He's grounded out both times. And that's going to be a ground ball back to Kyle. He tosses it over to Rizzo for out number 2. And it's up to Jose Reyes to do something. He is a perfect 2 for 2. He has singled, doubled, and came around to score the only run for the Mets in the 4th. And they finally get him out. That's a lazy fly ball out to Leon Dorm. He makes the catch. That'll do it for the Mets. To the bottom of the 6th we go, and we got the 2, 3, 4 hitters due up here for Chicago. The 2 S's, Sandberg and Sosa, followed by the Hawk. You see Chicago's upcoming schedule. They got one more game here at home against the Mets. Then they go on the road to Washington. And after 3 games in the nation's capital, they'll head up I-95 and play these Mets up in New York. And Ryan's over 2. He does have a RBI, the only RBI of the game for the Cubbies. And that's going to be a double. Only the second base hit of the game for the Cubs. That's a double in the right field. So the go-ahead runs down at second. And nobody out. And like I say, until the Hawk starts proving he could hit, I say we intentionally walk Sammy. That'll set up a double play. Now you got first and second, and the Hawk's up. Like I say, I ain't going to let Sammy beat you. I wouldn't. Until the Hawk starts hitting. He's 0 for 2 today, only hitting 133. Does have 3 home runs, though, and 6 RBIs. Here's the pitch for the Hawk. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. 44 and a 7. And that'll be fielding column 2. And that's going to be an infield fly. Nope, that's going to be a swing and a miss. deGROM strikes him out for out number 1. So again, it paid off. The Hawk can't deliver. Now Anthony Rizzo's up. He's 0 for 2 today. Can he do something with Ryan down at second? And that's going to be a 19. And that's going to be popped up. Infield fly rules in effect. Alfonso makes it official, makes the catch for out number 2. So the first 2 batters get aboard and haven't moved an inch. Ron Santos up. He has walked both times. Can he deliver here? And that's going to be a swing and a miss. deGROM strikes him out. So first and second, nobody out. And Cubbies strand 2, and we're still tied at 1 apiece as we go to the top of the 7th. You got the big boys due up here for the Mets. Hernandez, Strawberry, and Hundley. The 3, 4, 5 hitters. Chiefs 0 for 2 today. Flown out and grounded out. And that's going to be a rare play. A 41 and a 33. And that's going to be hit down the short. And Ernie's down there. Not your best fielding shortstop. A 54 and a 7 is probably going to be fielding column 3. And it is. And that's going to be a single through short. Ernie can't get to it. And that'll be a base hit by Keith. And they'll meet off batters aboard. So the go-ahead runs down at first. And up to the plate is a struggling Darryl Strawberry. He did have a sacrifice fly his last time up. He is 0 for 1 today and only 1 for 12 in the season. And that's going to be against the righty. 12. And again, he just can't buy a hit, folks, as Sammy Sosa takes a hit away from Darryl Strawberry. Nice play out there by Sammy in right field. And Darryl's just hitting in the piss poor luck. Never played Apba. That's the first game I ever bought, Paul, back in 1984. I was seeing an ad in the Sporting News. Mom got me a subscription to the Sporting News. Now, I was a big Braves fan, and in the Sporting News app, I had a full-page ad. It says you can manage your favorite players, and it had a picture of Dale Murphy's card and Lamar Hoyt. Murphy was the MVP in '83 in the National League, and Lamar won the Cy Young. And you sent in this coupon, and they sent you a brochure. You couldn't even buy the game with the ad. You got a brochure from Apba, who was up in Lancaster, Pennsylvania at the time. They sent you a brochure, and I had my mom get me a money order and ordered the game, and it was the first board game I ever bought. You saw those ads too? Pretty cool, wasn't it? Yeah, like I say, the color brochure was awesome that they sent to the house. Awesome. But yeah, if it wasn't for Dale Murphy's card, I probably would have never bought the game. Yeah, and now you got Todd Hundley up with 1 out. And Keith's still down at first. And we dropped one of the dice, and where did it go? Which way did it go? Where did it go? There it is in the chair. No wonder I couldn't find it. In the darn chair. Thought it was on the floor. And let's drop it a second time. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. And let's see what Ernie does with this one. A 26 and a 7. 26 and a 7. That's going to be fielding column 2. And they're going to get the lead runner at second. And that'll be it. Unable to turn 2. Now Todd's down at first. Excuse me. And Gilkey's at the plate. Bernard's 0 for 2 today. And he's going to be 0 for 3 because that's a ground ball. Nope, that's a swing and a miss. Kyle strikes him out. And the Mets strand 1. We go to the 7th inning stretch, tied at 1 apiece. Yeah, chair interference, you're right. Yeah. Yeah, that was my second game I ever played, was Status Pro, Paul. Yep, I'm at school talking to my buddies, and they was talking about buying a game at a toy store here in town at the time called Juvenile Toys. And I said, what are you guys buying? And they're like, oh, you won't know what we're talking about. We're looking to buy a football game called Status Pro where you get to manage the teams. And I'm like, I got a baseball game like that called Apba. And my buddy said he had the Status Pro baseball game. So I went over to his house and played Status Pro. So that was the second game I played, was Status Pro. He taught me Status Pro, and I taught him how to play Apba. And now the Bulls up to lead off this bottom of the 7th in a tie ball game. And Bulls 0 for 2. He'll be followed by Davis. And it depends on what happens, whether we'll pitch hit for Hendricks or not. If somebody gets on, we'll pitch hit. If it's 2 outs, nobody on, we'll probably let him bat. Here's the pitch to the Bull. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Gilkey for out number 1. And Jody Davis is up. One of my favorite players. I liked old Jody. He always hit real well against the Braves, of course. He is a Georgia boy. He is from Gainesville, Georgia. He's 0 for 2 today. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Davis strikes out. And like I say, I don't think we're going to pitch hit here for Kyle. He's pitching one hell of a game. Even though he does start to get tired here in the 8th inning, I believe. Let's check. He does start to get tired, I believe, in the 8th. No, he got tired in the top of the 7th. So he'll be. We're still going to let him bat. He's pitching a hell of a game. This will probably be his last inning now. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And deGROM strikes him out for out number 3. We go to the top of the 8th. It's still 1-1. He's got the bottom part of the order due up here. Alfonso, Backman, and probably a pitch hitter for deGROM. So Alfonso's 0 for 2. He is struck out and grounded out. Yeah, like I say, it's a great game. Yep. Yepper. So Alfonso 0 for 2. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Kyle strikes him out for out number 1. And Wally's up now. He's 0 for 2. He is grounded out and flown out. And that's going to be a comebacker. Kyle picks it up. He tosses it over to first. And that's out number 2. And they are going to pitch hit for deGROM here. See if they can do something here in the top of the 8th. He's going to come off the bench. All their lefties are in the game, I believe. The only switch hitter is Bud Harrelson. I don't think they want to go with him. And let's see here. They're just going to go with the bold polar bear. They're going to try to get a big bomb here. Pete Alonso is going to come off the bench. See if Bo Pete can hit a homer here and put them up by 1. So Pete Alonso is going to come off the bench. Going to bring some pop in the game here. And Pete is batting a 111. He does have a homer and an RBI. His only hit. He's 1 for 9. Was that a homer? Here's the pitch to Pete. And that's going to be a 14 of 15. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. Sammy makes the catch. And that'll end the inning. A 1-2-3 inning for the Mets. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's still 1-1. Let's see who's going to come in here and pitch for the Mets. They got one hell of a good bullpen. One ain't good. It's great. I think their worst pitcher out there is John Francona, who's due up here. You got the righties coming up. So Benitez, I believe, is going to come out to pitch. Yeah, Benitez is going to come out to pitch, try to keep this a tie ball game. Yeah, one thing he's changed here is if you go to you can toggle this back and forth from simulation to real. It closes the screen out when you switch it. Show you this. And now here's the real stats. I like having the sim stats up. So we'll switch it back here. Benitez pitched 78 innings, 4-3 with 22 saves and a ERA of 1.85 in real life. And we'll switch it back here to replay. See how he's doing here. And he's pitched 1 inning, a loss, and gave up 2 runs. 18 ERA. Benitez is going to come in the game here. And like I say, pitched the bottom of the 8th. What happened here? And see if he can keep this a tie ball game. Like I say, he's pitched. This will be a second game. He's 0-1 with an 18 ERA. He's got the top of the lineup to deal with. Mr. Cub himself, Ernie Banks, the Rhino Sandberg, and Sammy Sosa. Ernie's 1 for 3. He led this game off with a triple and came in to score the only run for the Cubs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Bernard and left, and that'll be out number 1. And Rhino, he's up. Ryan Sandberg, he's doubled and grounded out and drove in a run. So can Rhino get on board again here? And he sure does. That ball is high. How far is this one going to travel, folks? That'll be a kiss it goodbye. Ryan Sandberg, it's a home run, his 3rd homer of the season. And he cuts through that wind. And it is 2-1 Chicago. Now Sammy's up. And Sammy's 0 for 1. He's been walked twice, once intentional and once unintentional. And here's the pitch to Sammy. And that's going to be back-to-back jacks maybe. Nope, that ball's off the wall out there in center field, off the ivy that hasn't quite grown yet early in the year. Sammy just missed his 8th homer of the year. He's standing down at second, and Benitez, they're busting him around here, folks, in the bottom of the 8th. That'll get the bullpen up, and now the Hawks up. And the Hawk is 0 for 3. He is grounded out, flown out, and struck out. And he isn't striking out this time. Blast. Kaboom goes this one. And again, just misses it. The wind blowing in holds it up. And that's going to be a RBI double out the left field. And it is all of a sudden a 3-1 ball game. And that's going to be it for Benitez as they got the lefty coming up. And Frank Cohn's going to come in the game as Benitez can only get one out here in the 8th inning. And John Frank Cohn's coming in the game. Benitez gets lit up again, folks. And he stands to lose this ball game. He'll be 0-2 if the score stands up. So John's coming in. The pitch to the lefty. And where's old John at? There he is. And this is John's second appearance of the year. He is no record in a 9 ERA. One out, the Hawk down at second, and Anthony Rizzo's up. He's 0 for 3 today. And that's going to be against the lefty, 24. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. And a 26 and an 8. And he'll look the runner back to second. Reyes will. He'll fire over to first. And that'll be out number 2. And Santo comes up. And Ron is 0 for 1. He has walked twice and struck out, has yet to put the ball in play. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. It might not be a ground ball down the second. Now it's going to be a fly out the center field. Lee comes charging in, makes the catch. But the homer by Ryan Sandberg and the double by Dawson makes this a 3-1 game as we go to the top of the 9th. And I don't think they're going to mess around here. They're going to take Kyle out of the game. And Mr. Suter is going to come in. I believe it's going to be Bruce. Yep. Bruce Suter is going to come in this game and try to close it out for the Cubbies. Kyle goes 8 innings, 1 run, 3 hits, struck out 5, didn't walk a soul. Good control by Kyle Hendricks. And here comes Bruce Suter. The Cubbies got a hell of a bullpen with Suter and Smith. So here comes Bruce in the game. How many? Let's see. We might bring in Smith. How many games in a row? He's only pitched 1 game in a row. We're bringing Bruce in. Bruce is going to come in. And he's got the top of the order to deal with. He's got Mazzoni, Reyes, and Hernandez, all lefties coming up here. Can Bruce, this is his 4th appearance, get his 3rd save of the year. He's got 2 saves, no ERA. Top of the order in a 3-1 ball game. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And he strikes Lee out for out number 1 as that split finger hits the dirt. Lee goes a-chasing. And now you got Jose Reyes up. He is a 2 for 3. He has doubled and came around the score in the 4th. And that's going to be against the righty, a 24 and an 8. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Sammy for out number 2. And the Mets are down to their last out. It's Keith Hernandez. Keith's 1 for 3. He singled in the 7th. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Dawson. He waits for it. And it hits his mitt. And that is the ball game, folks. And the Cubbies win 3-1 against the Metsies. Take a look here at the box score. The Cubs win. The Cubs win. The Cubs win. And the Cubbies 3 runs on 5 hits and no errors. The Mets 1 run, 3 hits and no errors. A great pitching game. Jose Reyes had 2 hits for the Mets. They were only 0-1 with runners in scoring position, and he left 2 men on base. Kyle Hendrick did a hell of a job, and then the Suter comes in and gets the save. Oh, Ryan Sandberg was the hero of the game. He was 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. He had a homer. Cubbies were only 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position, and that was the double by Andre Dawson. They left 6 men on base. Like I say, deGROM pitched a hell of a game for a no decision. 7 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, walked 5, struck out 6. And Benitez comes in, picks up his second loss, gets lit up a third of an inning, 3 hits, 2 runs, and gave up a homer. John comes in, shuts him down, but too little, too late, 2/3 of an inning. Kyle Hendrick picks up his first win, goes 8 innings, gave up his first earned run of the year, folks. 3 hits, 1 run, struck out 5. Bruce Suter comes in, pitches 1 inning, strikes out 1, and gets his 3rd save of the year. Oh, thank you, Paul. Appreciate it, bud. It was a damn good game, that's for sure. Let's go to the standings and the leaderboard. And you got the Braves now a game and a half up on the Mets. Washington's 2 games back. Phillies 2.5. And Florida's 3.5. The Brewers are a half a game up on the Pirates. The Cubbies are now just a game back. St. Louis a game and a half. Cincinnati 2, and the Astros 2.5. And out west, the Giants lead the LA Dodgers by half a game, the Diamondbacks by a game, Colorado by a game and a half, and San Diego is 2 games back. Paul Molitor is leading the National League with a .560 batting average. Like I say, Sammy's leading in home runs and RBIs still, 7 and 12 apiece. Bagwell is tied with the RBIs. And the ERA leader right now is at 0. And you got 3 pitchers tied with 2 wins. And Bruce Suter and Kent DeCalvy's tied now with 3 saves. And Sammy's leading in the MVP voting. And John Rucker's still holding on to that Cy Young lead right now. And the next game we'll see will be the second game of this 2-game series, the final game. It's only a 2-gamer. They got the 8th off, and then they play on the 9th. And it'll be, Jerry Kuzman going up against Lester in game number 2 in the final game of this series. I want to thank Paul for stopping by. Check out his channel at Fact Sports Desk with Paul. And 007, check out his great channel. He's doing Inside Pitch 2008 season. Check out his channel. And if you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button, folks. Doesn't cost a dime. Hit that like button, hit that bell, and on your way out, leave a comment. Till next time, y'all have a great day and take care. He's doing the 2008 season, Paul, with Inside Pitch. Yep.